My name's Ryan Fisher on social media as Fish The Pyro. You can search me on Instagram and Facebook. If you're on Instagram, it's at Fish The Pyro, all lowercase, all together. And on Facebook, you can look up Fish The Pyro's Glass. I'm 27 years old. I've been working with glass a little under 2 years. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. Lived out in Sacramento for about 2 years, and that's when I first got exposed to glass art.
Alright, so outside of glass, what other hobbies are you into?
I mean, I consider myself to be a zookeeper. I got 4 pit bulls, 2 cats, and a bird, so they keep me rather busy. I play a lot of video games, I play disc golf. I do like to cook in my spare time for my friends and whatnot.
Then, has art always been something that you've been interested in? And if so, when did that start?
Yes, definitely. I've always enjoyed like art class, even when I was in school. I believe it was in the 7th grade. We were doing like abstract paintings and whatnot, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I had so much fun doing that. I actually had a picture posted in the fair, Canfield Fair, which is a pretty big deal around here. And it took like 3rd place, so I was happy with that. But other than that, I've always been trying to find my art form medium, and I believe I finally have found it.
And so you said Sacramento was when you were first aware of glass and kind of got exposed to it?
Glass working, I mean, of course I started buying pipes when I was 18, but when I lived out in California, I got to meet a fellow named Blaine, and I bought a couple of pipes off him. And I got the opportunity to come to the studio while he was working one day, and that was it. I said, I don't want to collect glass, I want to make it. And I bugged him a bunch. I was like, what do I buy? Where do I get all this? Where do I get this? And I actually stayed up for about 2 years before I bought my torch. I kind of went balls to the wall. I bought a GTT Mirage for my first piece of glass blowing equipment ever. And a lot of people tell you it's kind of a cool move.
Hey, there you go. So who were some of your favorite artists or influences that kind of push you to create art?
I mean, I've been obsessed with heights, like I said, since I was 18. So some of my favorites are, banjo, of course, elbow, salt glass, machine goings. There's so many, it's ridiculous. Avatar glass as well. They all just make amazing, beautiful pieces of art. And you just so happen you can smoke cannabis out of it, which is a bonus.
Okay, for sure. So at this point, how long have you been blowing glass?
A little under 2 years. I started last September, but right now I've been commuting over 120 miles in my commute just to get to the studio. So I was only able to go once or twice a week while working a full-time job. So realistically, in my eyes, about a year.
Awesome. You kind of touched base, but do you want to go a little bit more in depth in the beginning of your journey of becoming a glass artist?
I saw my buddy work with glass in the studio, making a pipe for me, and I thought it was so cool. And like I said, I bugged him a bunch to be like, how do I get into it? And then I ended up buying a Mirage. I bought film, but then my problem was I couldn't find anywhere locally to take classes, and I didn't know how to build a studio, so I didn't really want to jump into it and form bad habits. So I ended up taking lessons at the Glass Blowing Center in Village, PA, where I took like a basic pendant class and learned how to pop mushrooms. And then I just started renting bench space from there and kind of went on my own and tried this, a little bit of that. And I got to go to it's called AGI, the Arts Glass Invitational, at the Glass Blowing Center. It's basically like a 5-day summer camp for glass blowers, and it was just 5 days of learning. I got to learn so much, and that's pretty much all the classes I've taken.
Okay. So right now, all the different things that you have been making up at this point, is there anything in particular that you enjoy making over something else?
I mean, honestly, I really enjoy doing flowers, but turtles are my favorite thing to make. I've always loved turtles ever since I was a kid, and it's a lot of fun to create. But I won't be satisfied until I make a very lifelike, realistic turtle. Those are my 2 favorites.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. At what point did you make your first functional piece, and how long did it take you to get to that point?
I believe I was The first functional dry piece, I believe it was in about 6 months. It was a little under 6 months. And then I made my first wet pipe in about 8 months.
Okay.
And it, you know, it took a lot of trial and tribulation and, you know, a lot of failures to actually get to that point. But it was well worth it. I know I always look at every failure, even in a positive, like they taught me what not to do, how to prevent that from happening. There's always learning.
For sure, for sure. Are there any colors that you like working with more than others? Or like cooler colors, warmer?
I'm still, you know, I'm still fairly new. Like, you know, I'm no like professional, but you know, I really enjoy North Star colors. I mean, this right now, I'm using this called Pink Slime. It's becoming one of my favorites. My absolute favorite color is Sunset Slime, CFL color. So it'll change from like a lime green to kind of like a champagne pinkish, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful color. And then, other than that, like double amber purple and Monkey's Lipstick. My favorite.
Awesome. Are there any future goals with kind of pieces that you want to get into next that you're currently working on?
I mean, ideally, I want to start making oil rigs, like recyclers and stuff like that. I mean, my end goal is, you know, functional glass art. And I know those are the steps in the right direction. So, I actually just started construction on my first recycler. I'm taking it a bit slow, but I'm getting there.
Awesome, awesome. And is there any like techniques that you enjoy more than others, like fuming or encasing?
I definitely love fuming. I'm relatively new to it. I've been doing it for a couple months now. But fuming is such a cool thing to me. You can get so many different colors. You can do so much with it. Such a versatile technique.
Awesome. Do you have any advice for people, kids trying to get into the art of glass blowing? How to get started? Where to go?
Yeah, I would recommend trying to find somewhere local where you can take some class. You know, give it a go before you start buying equipment. I mean, you know, I took a big risk by buying equipment before I even took a class. But it's what I knew in my heart. It's what I wanted to do. Like, I mean, I watched my buddy make some pipes for me, and I said, I have to do this. You know, it's what I have to do. So if you feel like you're passionate about it, like that in that sense, go for it. You know, get some small equipment, maybe set up in your garage. You know, make sure you do your research and the proper setup so you're not poisoning yourself with fumes.
For sure. And then just kind of end everything. Is there any just general life advice they have for people that are looking to chase their goals in different industries?
I mean, honestly, I would just be, you know, keep going until you get it. I mean, even if you have some failures, you know, so what? You know, everyone has failures. You're not going to get it perfect on every, you know. All my firsts were not perfect whatsoever, and if you look at some of my first turtles compared to my turtles now, they've come quite a long way. So just be persistent, be determined, and be willing to accept failure.
I love it. Well, thanks, Ryan. Thanks for being the first artist on Behind the Torch, and we'll follow up in a few months.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.